Hey there, Annie from Interact. Hope you're all having an amazing day. Just like every other day, I am in our product checking out what our customers are doing. And today I'm really excited to share with you this website, which is self-publishingschool.com. Self Publishing School is a very cool website that helps aspiring authors figure out what they need to do to get their idea into a book and actually out there into the world. And I know so many people who have this passion on an idea or a story, and they really want to get it out there into the world, but they just don't know how. There are so many more different ways in which someone can publish a book now, regardless of the type of book, children's book, fiction, business book, whatever, right? There's so many different paths to doing that now. It's quite confusing. And so I really appreciate this quiz of, which is take the assessment of not sure which publishing path is right for you. Let's take a quick look at this website before we go into the quiz itself. So, they've got their tagline right here is we help you successfully write and publish books to do all sorts of things. And their primary call to action is scheduling a consultation with someone to really figure out what you need to do. So talking to an expert. But at the same time, they have a ton of content. And so, you've got the podcasts, success stories, blogs, additional resources. There are videos, there are posts, content posts, and then at the bottom, there's sort of this assessment. I love that, they call it an assessment. It's probably appropriate language that's used in the published world as opposed to quiz. And then what I've highlighted here is this content that says, take the 2-minute assessment to discover where you should start based on where you are now and your unique goals down the road. And so what's great about this one sentence description is that it's short. It's easy to read. It's time boxing your time investment. And so people who are website browsers have up to, a 97% drop off rate within the first minute if they're not going to find what they're looking for or find the value that they're looking for. And so you don't want to present to them a 30-minute quiz or assessment. You want to present to them something very short that they can answer quickly. And you want to tell them what they're going to get out of that time investment, which is discover where you should start based on where you are now. And so the language is intended to say, this is going to tell me what I need to do. It's only going to take 2 minutes. And so it's no wonder that their conversion on this quiz is so high. Something else I want to show you before we hop into the quiz is a piece of content. So this is a blog post from a little while ago. It's pretty current. It's been shared 881 times so far, so got some good activity on there. And it's how to write a book in 10 painless steps with lots of links. Man, I wish I had access to this piece of content when I was writing my book, 7 months pregnant, 11 or 12 years ago at this point. But what it tells you is, you've got the nonfiction book outline template. It's 25 pages. That sounds like it's a really good piece of content or tool. And then you've got your 10 steps to go through step by step. And, what's interesting about this is these steps will be there regardless of if you are publishing by yourself or if you are using a publishing house like I did. I published with Wiley. And so all of these steps to writing your book are going to be the same no matter what channel you use or what method you use. There's lots of different links to content, which is wonderful. A mind map. We had to do a mind map. And I don't know if you noticed, but on the right side, so you got your scroll on the left for content, but then you have your right side, which is the same call to action to the quiz or the assessment that is on the main page. You've got the specification for time, right? Your time boxing. Someone's already 5 minutes into reading this blog post. They look over and say, oh, this is kind of a lot of content. I'm going to just click on this assessment because it's probably going to tell me whether or not it's even worth it for me to continue investing in this, in taking this or reading this piece of content. And so it's no wonder that there are so many people taking this assessment or quiz because all of your content channels that maybe you are posting on social, you're putting in email, you're putting on your website, you got in your blog, people have RSS feeds to it, all sorts of things, right? They all have the persistent link to taking an assessment, which is your conversion point. That's your primary lead magnet. So let's go ahead and click on it. All right, so this is an iframe. It's a very simple quiz, clean, text only, easy font to read. There is a progress thing at the bottom that says we are in question 1 out of 11. Very important when you are time boxing. You want people to know where they are in the process. You've got the social sharing, which is great. And let's answer some questions. What type of book are you working on? Why are you writing a book? Grow my business. If you have long-term goals for your book, what are they? I want to write multiple books. Let's just say that. What is your best? You can also see the progress bar across the top. What best describes you currently? I have published before. What is your book's progress? I don't have a topic yet. I haven't started writing. My book is already published. Okay, I'm going to pause here and we'll talk about quiz strategies. So when you have a personality quiz, which is the structure of this quiz, it's a personality quiz. It allows you to do correlations based on the selections that people make in their answers. You take those correlations and you put them into certain results. Those results are what you show your quiz taker or your assessment taker. And you also use those results as they get funneled into your CRM, your email marketing platform, and you can further nurture them to convert them more. So this is a classic example of a 1 to 10, a 0 to 100%, where each of these answer options or selections is some percentage on the way to 100%. And it allows you and it allows the quiz maker to very easily correlate based on these answers. And so if you are a quiz maker making this specific quiz based on, I don't have a topic yet, but I know I want to write a book. If someone answers this versus my book is ready for editing, probably you're giving that expert that you're trying to get a consultant conversation with, or probably the packages that you're going to offer to that person are going to be wildly different. And so it's really important to drop a couple of these, or even have your entire quiz be filled with these sort of 0 to 100% range type answer questions, because it's going to give you very easy ways to drive your correlation and show results that are hyper personalized to what that person needs. So I'm going to say I started writing. How much are you willing to invest? I'm going to say I don't have any money. Let's see what happens. When do you want to prioritize your book? I'm ready to start now. What type of help are you looking for? All of it. What do you want to do after you publish your book? I want to write another one. I'm going to write another one. What is your end goal with writing and publishing a book? I want to start a business. If you had to pick one, which is most important to you when it comes to your book? Oh my goodness. Okay, so we're going to pause here and talk about this. What's great about this quiz question is that you're forcing someone to pick one thing. Now, you don't have to. There's a multiple choice selector, but what's here, let's look at what these options are. High book sales and earning a passive income. So this option is basically money. I care about money. I care about speed. I care about quality. I care about budget. I care about impact. I care about the network and people. So as you can see, these are all very, very, very different top number ones, and you're creating correlations further to personalize what that message is going to be. And also, if the call to action, and I don't know if it is, but if the primary call to action is going to be to talk to an expert, the answer that you give here 100% informs what that expert is going to be sort of centering the conversation around. Like if you say, I care about revenue versus I care about quality, or I care about budget, I care about revenue versus I care about budget, those are very different things, right? So they're going to prioritize different things in the conversation. I'm going to say I care about revenue. All right, so we've got a, let me type this before I get confused in what I'm going to say. But so this lead gen conversion page is interesting because of two things. One is there's no opt out, so they're requiring you to opt in. You've already spent time to answer 11 questions, and so the investment that you've made is already pretty high, and so your conversion rate is probably going to be fairly high. The second thing I want to call out is that it asks for the phone number. Now, this is probably because the primary conversion point is to talk to an expert. Now, the challenge with websites that don't put their pricing on the website is that there's an automatic psychological assumption that everything's going to be really expensive. Not necessarily the case, but there is a gap filled, right? And that gap is the price being aligned to a value orientation. It's very hard to do on a website, especially the higher the price goes. And so you can, as a part of our offering, add custom fields. The phone number field here is a custom field, and that's probably going to get pushed to their CRM and used for outbound sales to try and convert them to one of their packages if they don't convert from the results page. And you can ask whatever questions you want, right? I've seen people, have asked demographic questions. I've seen people ask for their website URL. This I would make sure that you're asking for as little information as possible. Best practice is no more than 5 fields. Our default is to do 2 fields: email address and your name. Also important here is the context for what you are opting into. We'll send you fun and infrequent updates. Infrequent is the key. See my results. All right, let's see what we got. Career fiction. Okay. So this is basically saying you're ready to go. I can help you. This is what you need to do in order to convert. And they did a smart thing here, which was starting to add testimonials and references. The other thing that's hard to do when you're selling a product and not putting the pricing on the website is you're leaving it up to the imagination of the website browser to understand what the cost is going to be. And almost always they go way too low or way too high. It's never really on target. And so you want people to stop thinking about that and start thinking about, oh, I'm seeing someone who's writing this testimonial or reference, and they went through exactly what I'm going through now, and therefore, that value component is getting beefed up before the price piece even gets in there, regardless of what they're thinking it's way too high or way too low, right? The other thing that's really smart is that there are social testimonials. And the social testimonials are nice because it creates an additional window into what's possible. So these are testimonials that have been that they've gotten directly, and these are unsolicited testimonials most likely. There's also a third layer, which is brand recognition. And putting logos where the selfpublishingschool.com has been recognized or interviewed or celebrated. That's an additional layer of value alignment. So you really, this website is doing a great job of doing the most important thing when you are not putting price on your website, and that is letting people know that regardless of what the price is, hopefully it's going to be in line, but regardless of what the price is, you clearly understand that a lot of other people find deep value into their offering. So thanks for joining me today for a review of selfpublishingschool.com. You can make your free quiz at ai.tryinteract.com today and get your business off the ground and accelerate your lead generation. Have a great day.